Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of The Snake Pit. I'm your host, Son of Bat, and believe it or not, it's actually the 100th episode on the channel. To sort of mark the occasion or do something special, I figured I'd do a kind of video I've been wanting to do ever since I was a kid. Of course, if you read the title, you'd know that's a shelf-by-shelf video. Specifically, this one's going to break down my DVD horror collection, so no VHS or Blu-rays or anything like that. But the main reason why I'm doing this is because ever since I was a kid, I used to love watching shelf-by-shelf videos. I looked at them as a sort of expansion, a virtual expansion, I should say, to the video stores like Blockbuster or local stores like Queen Video and shit. So, like, when I wasn't there, I was on YouTube watching people's collections and taking mental notes on which DVDs were rare, which ones I gotta look for, and all that kind of shit. So if it wasn't for those videos, I don't think my collection would be anywhere near the level it is today. Again, I could have done this back in high school, but I don't think my collection was up to snuff or quite up to snuff back then. Like, I had a bunch of movies, but I was still growing. Now we're at like fucking 20 plus shelves if we're counting each individual fucking thing here. But yeah, I think now is the time, and also it's almost like coming full circle. Hopefully you guys watching will find some DVDs here that are either really sick or rare, and if you can find them in a local store, pick them up. You know, so the cycle continues, as they say. But as you can see, everything here is not alphabetical. It's broken up actually by subgenre, and the reason why is because personally I find it's a lot easier. I keep franchises together. Not to knock the people who do it alphabetical, but I think it looks ugly and I fucking hate it. Everything gets mixed up and it's just basic as fuck. This way, again, like I said, I come downstairs looking for a movie. I know exactly where it is, where it should be, and I find it in 2 seconds. So again, it could be ADHD, autism, whatever the fuck it is, OCD. It's convenient for me. That's all I gotta say, motherfucker. But yeah, starting with the first shelf. Oh, sorry about my chair. The first shelf here is obviously all the black and white classic shit. Monster movies, thriller movies, sci-fi, take your pick. It goes down into fucking demonic shit, sci-fi shit, I believe, and then, you know, vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein, comic books. Like, everything's got its place and its spot, but it all starts with the black and white classics, as it should. And the first one here is the Cult Classics Collection. I believe this is from Madison. Yeah, Madison. This is a cheapy little 4-pack that actually my grandma gave me when I was a little kid, so thanks a lot, Grandma. Rest in peace. This is actually a dope fucking collection she handed me because it has Nosferatu, Reefer Madness, Dementia 13, and the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Honestly, I think this is the best cut version of Nosferatu. It's got, I think, the best, most complete soundtrack, and from what I've heard on the internet, a lot of people say this is the best version you can get of it. Reefer Madness, of course, is not a horror film, but it's fucking jokes to see. Early exploitation film, definitely. Dementia 13 is, of course, the first film by Francis Ford Coppola, more of like a psychological thriller horror movie from what I remember. And The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, like Nosferatu, is another silent classic. Really good cut of the movie, actually. Those are both really great, and a main reason why I keep them here, specifically for Nosferatu. I have another version of it, I believe, on that DVD, the Bloodsuckers one. But again, this is the best version of it, so I keep it here. Also as a way to kick off, you know, the classic movie going first. Another one here is a cheapy 3-pack we got is the Unspeakable Horror Classic Silence Pack, and this comes with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Another copy of Caligari, I should say. I don't know if it's a different cut than the one I have on that one, but it could be, because a lot of those old movies, there's different versions floating around. But I really love this one for the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde feature. I think it's the creepiest one. And a lot of these movies from the 1920s and early 1900s are really fucking creepy. Expressionist movies in general. I think it has to do with the makeup and the lighting and all that shit. But classic film. Hunchback of Notre Dame's okay. But yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is where it's at on this. If you can find this, definitely pick it up. These cheap little packs are a great way to get these classic fucking movies without having to drop a fortune on them, especially with the Criterion releases. The next one is not really a movie, but more of a series, like a serial. This is Les Vampires. And what I mean by serial is it's like back in the day, you'd go in to see episode 1, and then they'd say, tune in like next week for the next one. And you basically keep doing that until the series ends. And so it's kind of like a movie in some ways, broken into pieces. But this one clocks in at, I believe, 399 minutes. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. I definitely know a lot of the imagery from it. It's very famous, like this chick right here in the bat costume and all that. But yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing. Definitely should get around to watching it. Another one I found at a secondhand store for super cheap, so that was a cool find. And again, if you are a physical media hunter, definitely go to secondhand stores, yard sales, you know, shit like that. Even secondhand bookstores have DVDs sometimes, depending on the store. But yeah, always check around because you'll find some dope shit. This one was a little pricey though. This is the Criterion Collection of Haxan. I believe this is the newer updated version, not one of the bulkier cases like you'll see later with some of my other Criterion DVDs. But this one I had to get because Haxan is fucking dope. Documentary sort of about Satanism, witchcraft, and mental illness. Two versions, I believe. There's got the original European version and the cut American version. I've obviously watched the uncut version, so I can't really say what the difference is between that and the American, but really cool movie. Highly recommend it. What's really cool is if you mute this movie and play doom metal over it, it syncs up perfectly. It's just fucking epic. But yeah, Haxan, dope fucking movie. High recommend on that guy. Next one is Phantom of the Opera, another fucking classic. This is the Milestone Collection, obviously starring Lon Chaney, Norman Carey, Mary Philbin, and 5,000 others. Yeah, this is a really fucking wild movie. This comes with both the 1929 restored version and the 1925 original feature version. I could be wrong. I've seen the original version. It is like near maybe 2 hours, slightly over, closer to 3. Absolutely insane how long this movie is, especially for the time it was released. But Phantom of the Opera, really fucking cool movie. Another silent film that I usually mute to play metal music over, and it looks and sounds fucking amazing. But yeah, if you can find this version, definitely pick it up because this is some complete shit right here. Really fucking good. Next one is another cheapy 3-pack, but this one's all Bela Lugosi films. Of course, comes with White Zombie, The Corpse Vanishes, and Scared to Death. I've seen White Zombie, classic voodoo zombie movie, really fucking cool. The other two I haven't seen, so I can't really say much on them. But again, look how much shit I have. There's only so much time in the world, so of course I haven't seen everything I got. But yeah, one day I'll check the other two out. But White Zombie is fucking awesome. Classic film too. Here we have another serial. This is the Phantom Creeps. This contains all 12 episodes. Another release from Vintage, which is the same company that did the Unspeakable Horrors DVD. This one's really cool. I watched a couple of these. It's, again, another serial. This face looks familiar, it's because this robot fucker was from a lot of the old Rob Zombie fucking videos. Well, Rob Zombie used this creature later in his videos, but yeah, it's iconic as fuck. Some cool pulp horror shit from the 1930s. I gotta rewatch it though because I never saw the ending, but yeah, Phantom Creeps, pretty cool. And of course we have Dracula, the 75th anniversary edition from Universal, the Universal Legacy series. These look really cool, but the cases are really finicky, delicate, and fucking annoying. Again, this only comes with the first movie. It's still pretty fucking cool, but the cases are a bitch. My copy of Frankenstein, which we're pulling up right here, it's again cool, but the casing you see here is really shitty. They actually both fell off, and I had to re-glue them. So opening this is a bitch. You kind of gotta like find the seam and split it. You can't really open it like a normal case, or you run the risk of pulling it apart. Really stupid case, but a great fucking movie, both Frankenstein and Dracula. But yeah, shit case from Universal. This is from the original Universal collection, which I believe came out around the time Van Helsing was being released. Better case, but it's still the similar book type deal. This one, however, contains every single Mummy movie ever released, so all 4 of them. Not a fan of the first movie, but the other ones are really fucking cool. If you can find these for cheap, I found this at a secondhand store for like $10. Definitely pick this up because you're getting like a whole collection for the price of one. A little beaten up, but it is what it is. Still pretty fucking cool. Carrying on with the theme of Universal, we have, of course, The Invisible Man with Claude Rains. This is a newer release. I believe all the Universal movies got released on these cheapy 1-disc cases, but it's the best one out of all the Universal Invisible Man movies that I've seen. I think there's 3 of them, but this is the best one, so really it's the only one worth owning. That's why I have just this and not really any others. But unlike this guy, I gotta get the sequels for Dracula and Frankenstein because I fucking love those movies. But The next one we have is, of course, the Wolfman. And out of the big three from the 1930s, Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman, this is definitely my least favorite creature. But Lon Chaney Jr.'s performance is still really good. It's a classic movie, definitely worth checking out. But personal bias speaking, I'm not a huge fan of the Wolfman. Also not a huge fan of these fucking cases. I don't know why I keep buying them. But I don't know, I guess because I find them for cheap usually. But the Wolfman, classic movie. Not one of my favorites, but still pretty dope. And then we get, surprisingly, probably one of my favorite, aside from Dracula and Frankenstein, obviously, but this is probably my favorite Universal creature, monster. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, Legacy Collection comes with all three of the movies. The sequels aren't that good, but the first one's fucking amazing. I love the rubber suit creature design in this movie. As you can see, I'm a pretty big fan. I also got a Gilman toy somewhere in that fucking lunchbox. But yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon, can't go wrong. Really fucking dope movie. Really dope collection. Again, if you can find these ones, the green cases, pick them up. They're worth it. You get the whole movie. You basically get the whole set in one go when you get those, which is pretty sweet. The next one is M by Fritz Lang. It's a fucking dark movie, noir thriller serial killer deal about a piece of shit child murderer. I believe it's based off the Vampire of Dusseldorf, Peter Cruton, but I could be wrong on that. So of course, correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But yeah, this is what I was talking about the chunky Criterion cases, kind of like double wide and shit. But really fucking cool movie. Huge fan of M. Really fucking dark, disgusting movie. I can't believe this one was made for the time that it was made, and it was like not cut to shit or censored. I mean, it could have been. I believe it. I don't know. I'm not saying it should have been, but I believe in the back in the day, this would have had some serious trouble coming out. But again, I don't know. It was still really fucking crazy. High recommend on M. And then we have Vampire. Again, this is one of the newer Criterion DVDs, a little pricier, but Vampire, really fucking cool movie. Really trippy. Feels like a fever dream at times. Highly recommend this one. Cool take on the vampire story. And beside that, we got Island of Lost Souls, which is, of course, based on the island of Dr. Monroe. Interesting monster, creature feature, sci-fi movie with Bela Lugosi. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking high and tripping over my words. I shouldn't have smoked that extra joint. But Island of Lost Souls, really cool movie. Really cool fucking case. A lot of these Criterion movies have some really sweet cases. This is definitely one of them. And then again, another one of my favorite movies from the 1930s. Here we have Freaks from Todd Browning. Of course, the same man who brought us Dracula. But this movie essentially destroyed his career because of how controversial it was. Again, uses real circus performers, or freaks as they're known. Really fucking dark movie. Again, like M, this one definitely got cut. It didn't get a resurgence until the 1960s on the midnight movie circuit in England. Really good movie. Highly recommend it. Dark. Nice change of pace from like the very sanitized, clean Universal movies. I fucking love this one. Really good shit. Definitely check out Freaks. And then we have another version, or two versions I should say, of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is of course the 1932 version, sorry about the glare, and the 1941 version. Out of the two here, I'd go with the 32 version, but they're both pretty fucking good. Again, you also get technically a triple feature here, because you get the Bugs Bunny short hide and hair. Really fucking nice. I found this actually at a thrift store for like $2, and I think it was the only DVD they had, so of course I fucking scooped that shit. But yeah, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, fucking classic. Then we have The Devil Commands with Boris Karloff. This is like a mad scientist type fucking movie from the early 1940s. I haven't seen this one in a hot minute, but I do remember it being pretty fun, pretty entertaining. Yeah, just classic mad scientist shit. And then of course we have The Cat People by Val Lewton. Iconic fucking horror film. Really fucking dope shit. Again, another one of those pricey as fuck Criterion DVDs, but definitely worth it. The transfer's fucking great, like a lot of these Criterion movies. And out of all the versions released, this is definitely my favorite. I take this over the remake any day of the fucking week. And then we have the Val Lewton double feature with I Walked with a Zombie and The Body Snatcher. I've only seen I Walked with a Zombie. Again, like White Zombie, it's another classic voodoo zombie black and white movie. Pretty dope. Body Snatcher I haven't seen, but I imagine it's another like ghoul zombie grave robber type movie. So I mean, it does look pretty sick. That is a dope looking poster, but I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately. I know. Fuck, I should get around to watching a lot of these fucking things. But yeah. The next one is, of course, a classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Now, it could be argued, like, some of the movies in these shelves you'll notice aren't directly horror, but I consider them horror adjacent. Day the Earth Stood Still, I consider it like an atomic monster type movie from the 50s. So I put it there with, like, you know, my other type of atomic monster movies. A lot of people could make the argument this is more of a sci-fi film, and it definitely is, but I don't know. It's definitely creepy. It's definitely came out during the pinnacle of atomic fear, or the beginning of atomic fear in the 50s, so I count it there. Definitely better than the Keanu Reeves remake, that's for fucking sure. If there's only one version you're going to see The Day the Earth Stood Still, make sure it's the 51 version. Good shit. Then we have The Man from Planet X from the Midnight Movie collection of MGM. Love these fucking MGM Midnight movies. I believe another company did these too. I can't remember, but I know my copy of fucking Deranged and Motel Hell are Midnight movies, and I don't think they're MGM. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was another company doing them. But again, these are all awesome collections. Usually they're double features. Sometimes they'll do single features like with this one, but Man from Planet X, classic sci-fi atomic monster movie. Highly recommend that. And here's one of my favorite movies from the 1950s. We have House of Wax, the remake, of course, starring Vincent Price. This DVD also comes with the original 1933 Mystery of the Wax Museum film. But out of the two, I'd have to go with the Vincent Price one. It's fucking iconic, classic performance, creepy, amazing setting. I actually did a review of that on this channel. If you're interested, I highly recommend you guys check that out. But yeah, House of Wax, really dope fucking movie. Really fucking dope. And then we have an interesting one here. I actually got this at the local video store a few months ago. This is The Hitchhiker. I believe this is more of a noir thriller movie, but from what I've read, it sounds like a 1950s version of The Hitcher, which is with my slasher movies over there. So if The Hitcher is considered a horror movie, then I consider Hitchhiker, which is the same type of shit as another one, just maybe more on the noir side, but still sounds like a pretty good thriller. Got to check that one out real fucking soon because I love The Hitcher. Next is Diabolique. This is a really fucking old fucking Criterion Collection DVD. But this is a really cool psychological thriller, pre-fucking Psycho, which is also interesting. But if you like movies like Psycho, highly recommend checking this one out. Really fucking creepy. Good slow burn horror, you know? And then another one of my favorites from the 50s. This is definitely an atomic monster movie. It's Them, the story of giant fucking ants terrorizing people. If you played Fallout 3, then you'll remember the mission. I think it's called They, and it's the same fucking deal, giant fucking ants. But yo, this movie is sick. If I could pick one giant nuclear bug movie, I would go with Them. Just iconic, man. This is such a fucking goofy but awesome movie. Highly recommend that. Them. Another classic is Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum. Really dark serial killer movie that utilizes some really dope fucking 1920s, expressionist elements. This movie looks fucking amazing. It's really suspenseful. Robert Mitchum is great at playing these slimy piece of shit killer characters. You can't go wrong with Night of the Hunter. Iconic. You gotta watch this movie. Funny enough, I actually have love and hate fucking tattooed on my knuckles because of this. Most people don't usually get it off the top, but when I talk to older folks about it and tell them it's from Night of the Hunter, their eyes light up and they're like, I can't believe you fucking like that. That's a crazy old movie. It's creepy. It's dope. It's, again, an early serial killer movie. One of the best. Night of the Hunter. Definitely check that out. And then we have The Bad Seed, which is another psychological, but this one's more like a bad kid movie, kind of in the vein of The Good Son and shit like that. Obviously one of the first. Really dope. Bad Seed. There's another cheapy 2-pack. This one comes with The House on Haunted Hill and Horror Hotel, of course, starring Vincent Price is in House on Haunted Hill, Jesus Christ, and Christopher Lee in Horror Hotel. House on Haunted Hill, iconic, classic. I watch it around every Halloween. Horror Hotel is okay. It's interesting. Fucking Christopher Lee though does like an American accent, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of fucking weird, but still pretty good. Then we get underrated classic in my opinion, The Fiend Without a Face, another one of those classic Criterion Collection DVDs. If you've ever seen The Iron Giant, then you've seen the reference for this about the you know, when Hogarth is watching that movie before the antenna breaks and he's like, oh darn, a perfectly good brain wasted. They're referencing this movie. It's about like killer brains just fucking people up. It's from the late 50s. I believe this came out in 58. It's got some really nasty gore effects. Pretty cheesy good time. Classic B-movie sci-fi horror. If you find that fucking Fiend Without a Face, definitely pick it up. It is really good. Then we have another one of the Midnight Movie double feature packs with Attack of the Puppet People and Village of the Giants. I actually got this on Amazon for $12, surprisingly. I would have thought it would have been a lot more, considering that these DVDs are super out of print, but can't complain. Attack of the Puppet People is really fucking cool. It's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type shit, or The Shrinking Man, where you get like everyday items becoming hazardous, like scissors, cats, dogs, and shit. Fucking awesome. Village of the Giants I haven't seen, but I imagine it's the same thing in reverse. But again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment. Cool fucking double feature though. Glad I found that. And we have another cheapie pack here. Again, like I said, if you find these cheapie packs, pick them up because you're going to get a lot of fucking classic movies. They might not be the best print, but you're going to get them and it's going to cost you only a couple bucks. This one comes with Horror Hotel, which we talked about earlier, obviously. The Bat with Vincent Price and The Gorilla with Bela Lugosi. Both pretty good. Both very corny, but again, for fucking $4, can't go wrong. Next, we have Roger Corman's The Wasp Woman. Fucking goofy, bad, corny B movie, but it's pretty fun. I mean, if you like the original Fly, this is pretty much that, but with a woman and a wasp. Pretty good movie. I liked it. Yeah, corny but fun. A lot of the Corman movies are usually, though. Next, we have A Bucket of Blood, which is, again, another Corman movie. I haven't seen this one in a long-ass fucking time, but I believe it's about a guy who, like, kills people and turns them into sculptures at a museum. I think there's a lot of like beatnik fucking shit tied to it. Really weird. I actually found this at a local dollar store years ago for like $2. So I just fucking bought it. If you're from Canada, you'll know Dollarama. That's actually where I found this back when they used to sell cool DVDs. But I've never seen them sell shit like this ever again or since. So pretty weird but dope find. Again, this is it's MGM and they have it like set up on the back like the Midnight Movie ones over there, but it's not considered one of the Midnight Movie DVDs, strangely. I don't know. Weird. And then, of course, this was originally a box set, but since then, the box has fallen apart, and I only have volume 1, but I got it mainly for 2 movies. 2 that I've seen out of the 5 that are here. I know, again, horrible, but it is what it is. Of course, we have the classic Black Sunday from Mario Bava. This is from the Bava Collection Volume 1. Awesome fucking movie. Definitely check that shit out. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, I believe, is like a Giallo movie. I can't really remember it. I really don't remember it, so I'm not going to say much on that and sound like a retard. But yeah, another one that's definitely worth your time is Black Sabbath with Boris Karloff. This is like an anthology type movie from what I remember. Really, really fucking awesome set design. Really creepy shit. Iconic, really. Fuck, I throw that around a lot, but this whole fucking shelf here is all pretty much iconic fucking shit that laid the groundwork for some of my more favorite movies in like the 70s and 80s. So yeah. Knives of the Avenger, I have no idea what this is. This looks like an action movie or whatever, like, but again, I could be wrong. It could be a giallo. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. And lastly, another one I haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure is a giallo, is Kill Baby Kill. I know, I gotta watch these more. Bava is a fucking master. The movies I've seen by him are really good, so I'm not doubting the ones I haven't seen are really good. I just, again, haven't found the time to lock in and watch them yet. But maybe one day soon. Then we have Cape Fear, fucking classic. This is the original from the 60s with Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum. Both amazing actors. Robert Mitchum as Max Cady, huge fucking terrifying scumbag. In some ways, he's scarier than De Niro's version, but they're both pretty fucking sick. Both are better than the Javier Bardem version that just came out, but you know, he was the best part of that series, but it was a shit series. But again, if you're gonna watch Cape Fear, do it right. Watch the original or watch the 91 version. They're both fucking amazing, super tense fucking thrillers. And here's one of my favorite movies from the 1960s. Surprisingly, it's Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. Really fucking creepy movie about mental illness, alcoholism, abuse. A lot of people call this campy and funny. I don't know why. If you know any alcoholics or delusional people, this movie is really fucking unnerving and just unsettling. I really got to do a review of this one day because this is one of the best movies from the 60s in my opinion. Really good post-psycho thriller from the 1960s, and one of the best biddy horror fucking subgenre movies out there. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane is fucking classic. Highly recommend that shit. Another one from the 60s that's fucking amazing that you got to do yourself a favor and watch is Carnival of Souls from, I believe, 1962. Yeah. This movie is fucking great. It's like a Twilight Zone episode. It's disturbing, creepy, surreal. I believe it's on YouTube, so you can watch it before you jump to the gun and, buy this expensive-ass Criterion DVD. Only reason why I shelled out the extra money to buy this one is because this movie is just that fucking good. I think I watched it for free on Prime, and then the next day I went to my local video store and was like, yo, I gotta fucking buy this. This is really good shit. Don't watch the colorized version and don't watch the remake. Both are very fucking stupid, but the classic black and white one, epic. Then we have another midnight movie double feature. This is Panic in Year Zero, which is like a nuclear apocalypse movie. Haven't seen this one yet. I got to get around to it. But this one, The Last Man on Earth, fucking amazing. Essentially, it's the first adaptation of I Am Legend. One of the best versions. The next being Omega Man. I have both of those. I do not own I Am Legend because that movie sucks and Will Smith is a huge bitch. But like, that's another video, another rant for another time. But Last Man on Earth, fucking awesome. Definitely check that out. If you're a fan of vampire movies or sci-fi horror, it's really fucking good. Panic in Year Zero, gotta get around to watching that because I do like my fucking atomic movies. Another double feature pack is Elvira's Movie Macabre. I think there's more of these. I know there's more of these. I think I have a different Elvira 2-pack, which is like I think movies from the 70s or 80s. But this one's cool because it came with The Brain That Wouldn't Die and The Monster. Brain That Wouldn't Die is fucking awesome, but the standalone DVD from Synapse is pretty fucking expensive. So I got this actually at a thrift store because I was like, I love that movie and I'm not going to come across that DVD anytime soon, especially out here in the country, so, or at least out in the wild. So I figured I'd fucking just even the odds and get this. And 2 for the price of 1 is never bad. I can't remember if the Elvira commentary track runs over the movies. Like, I know in one of the other ones I have, you can turn them off, but either way, her commentary is funny. She's fucking sick. Huge fucking fan of her as a horror host. But yeah, definitely a sick movie. The Brain That Wouldn't Die. It might also be on YouTube. Highly recommend you check that out. Manster is pretty fucking cool too. But yeah, these Elvira DVDs are fun. And then we have The Birds from Master Director Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, really fucking cool eco-horror killer animal movie. Definitely grown on me. I thought it was kind of boring when I was a kid. I tried watching this on acid once when I was in high school, but I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes because the bird store scene just tripped me the fuck out with all the chirping. Like, it actually sounded like birds chirping around in my room. It was fucked. But watching this now with a more clear, sober mind in my fucking late 20s, I've come to see this for like the masterpiece that it is. It is a really fucking awesome movie. Just looks great, sounds great, is great, really intense, really creepy. The Birds, man, classic. Then we have The Haunting. Now, this one surprised me because I'm not a huge fan of haunted house movies or ghost movies. I tend to think they're really cheesy or boring, but this one's cool because it takes a very psychological approach. Definitely check out The Haunting. I actually had the luxury of seeing this in a theater one Halloween, I think back in like 2018 or something. Only cost $10. Saw it on the big screen. It was pretty fucking dope, and I've been a fan of it ever since, which is surprising because this isn't a movie I would have watched otherwise. Like, this wouldn't be my go-to type of horror movie, but I'm really glad I got to see this because it is fucking cool. And another Psycho Biddy movie, kind of like whatever. Ooh, quick reflexes there almost. Not really, fucking stoner reflexes. Another Biddy horror movie is Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. This is another movie similar to Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Really surprisingly gory, really creepy and unsettling. Cool movie. Not as good as Baby Jane, but still really fucking good. And then this one I personally haven't seen, but I assume it's in the same category because it was beside fucking Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte actually when I bought it. And that's Lady in a Cage starring James Caan and Olivia de Havilland. Olivia de Havilland is in Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. James Caan, obviously from The Godfather and Misery. But yeah, no, man, it looks fucking cool. I don't know super much about a lot of these 60s horror movies in specific, but that's why I'm just buying more of them as I find them, because I definitely got to learn. 60s is a genre I got to learn more about. I don't know enough about that specific time period in horror. For a long time, I was like avoiding a lot of like what I perceived as slower burn shit, older shit, and getting more like gory 80s shit or like torture foreign Z movie shit. But yeah, slowly getting into these over time. This one though, with Joan Crawford, who's also in Baby Jane's Straitjacket, is fucking awesome. Psychological thriller. I think the first movie to ever depict gaslighting, which is pretty cool because it's a very prevalent phenomenon in this day and age. So it's interesting to see it get its roots on camera, or at least in cinema. Straitjacket, really cool movie. Then we have Devil Doll, which is, of course, about a possessed ventriloquist dummy. I actually watched this on YouTube years ago. Really fucking weird. Ventriloquist dummies are creepy in general, and I think they're great in the universe of horror, so I couldn't pass this up. I don't know what the double feature deal is. I think it might be an uncut version of this movie, because surprisingly there is fucking tits in this. But yeah, Devil Doll, really cool movie. Recommend that if you're a fan of shit like Chucky and shit. It's pretty fucking funny. Or Magic even, with Anthony Hopkins. Dr. Orloff's Monster by Jess Franco. I guess this is one of the earliest Jess Franco movies. Not a huge fan of him in general, but I know these Euroshot collection DVDs are pretty rare, and the fact that it's like an old as fuck Jess Franco movie, it was very intriguing. I found this at the local video store for about like $5, so I was like, fuck it, and then just bought it. And then we have Planet of the Vampires. This is part of, again, the Midnight Movie Collection. This is a Mario Bava film. Vampire sci-fi movie. Very, very cool fucking cinematography. Very colorful. It, in a lot of ways, kind of looks like an Argento movie. I think maybe Argento might have gotten some of his inspiration from this era of Baba's movies, but fuck, it's a little slow, but Planet of the Vampires looks fucking great. This is a really cool movie. Highly recommend if you're into slower burn shit, of course. And then we have Jack Hill's Spider Baby. Fucking awesome exploitation drive-in movie. Really fucking cool. Got a young Sid Haig there. Can't go wrong with Spider Baby. If you find this, fucking pick it up. This is awesome shit. Really fucking weirdo awesome shit. Then we have The Collector with Terrence Stamp. Amazing actor. This is based off the novel by John Fowler's, which piece of shit serial killer Leonard Lake was absolutely obsessed with. That's actually how I know this story. But really good fucking, again, really good psychological thriller serial killer movie. Can't go wrong with Collector. Fucking creepy. Then we have the only Ingmar Bergman movie in my collection, and that is Hour of the Wolf. Ingmar Bergman makes good movies. I don't know enough about him, though. I've seen a couple here and there. They honestly usually put me to sleep, though, in my honest opinion. Hour of the Wolf, same thing. I got really stoned the first time I watched this and fell asleep. But upon rewatch, I realized this was just, again, another really good psychological horror movie. Really haunting imagery. Just looks fucking amazing. Hour of the Wolf. I gotta check out more Bergman movies, though, because I was surprised with this. I know there's I think he did that one that's fucking that Last House on the Left, Virgin Spring or whatever. I know that one, and I know this one, but yeah, and the one with Death playing chess or checkers. I know those, but again, I don't know much, as you can tell. But Hour of the Wolf was fucking cool. And we got another MGM cheapy 4-pack here. This comes with the Vampires, the Bat. Sorry about the glare. The Bat People, the Screaming Skull, and the Vampire Lovers. I personally picked this up for the Vampire Lovers because a lot of these lesbian vampire films from Hammer are really fucking hard to come by. And in my opinion, out of the 4 movies here, it's the best. Sorry. Fucking glare, bud. Vampire Lovers is definitely the best one. I mean, the other 3, Vampire, Bat People, and Screaming Skull, are pretty fun, cheesy horror movies, but they're not great. Vampire Lovers, though, again, Hammer's just awesome all the time, though, in my opinion, so that's probably why. But yeah, sick fucking pack. If you can find that, pick it up, because again, those lesbian vampire movies, they ain't fucking cheap. And we have the first output from the horror Hammer side. Fuck, that's a tongue twister. Let's just say this is the first horror movie I think that was released by Hammer, and it's The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957, I believe. Really fucking cool movie with fucking Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. it's gonna sound like blasphemy. I think the Hammer shit's a lot better than the Universal shit. It has nothing to do with black and white or color, like some stupid plebes will think. Although I do like the color pop in these movies and think it does look really cool, especially when you get blood. These ones are just a little bit better because they're actually filmed on location in Europe. The casts are all fucking amazing. It doesn't feel like sanitized 30s Hollywood shit. It's a little bit more risque. It's got fucking blood and boobs and all that great shit. And as Hammer went on into the 60s and 70s, they got progressively more wild with their shit, as we'll see with some of these DVDs. But yeah, I don't know, man. I prefer the Hammer fucking monster movies over the Universal ones. I'll take that shit any day of the fucking week. Sequel, of course, Revenge of Frankenstein. Not as good as the first one, but still pretty fucking good. I think this one is the fourth one. This is Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. You know, they get a little shitty in quality as they go down because there's so many Frankenstein and Dracula movies, but they're not bad. They're all entertaining and they're relatively short. You can slam through a bunch of these Hammer movies in a day. Like, I remember one time when I was sick, I think I cleared most of my Hammer movies in like 4 days because I was just bedridden, and it was pretty fucking dope. Ooh, shit. Next one is the Horror of Frankenstein. This might be the fifth one. If you find any of these DVDs that say Hammer Collection with that logo, they're usually, well, not usually, they are released by Anchor Bay. If you find these for cheap, fucking buy them, because these are the hard to find ones. These are the more expensive ones. And if you're not trying to get, like, if you're like me and you didn't buy Blu-ray for a long time and you only buy DVD, this is how you're gonna get most of the more how am I gonna describe this? You get more of the harder to find ones, I should say. But yeah, if you ever find the Anchor Bay Hammer movies, buy them instantly. Don't even think about it. Just buy them instantly because they go for a crazy price on the internet. Next one is Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. This could be the 6th or 7th, but honestly at this point I have no fucking clue. Looks more like a fucking ape man in this, but yeah, still pretty fun movie. I like these ones. They're cool. Then we get a Hammer cheapie 4-pack, which comes with the Horror of Dracula. Dracula is Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, and Dracula AD 1972. So I think this comes with like 1, 3, 4, and 6 or some crazy shit. Again, I don't know the order. There's a lot of these fucking things. But still, Horror of Dracula is fucking amazing. The other 3 are not as good, but they're still really fun. But Horror of Dracula, it makes a great double feature with Curse of Frankenstein. Really good shit. Christopher Lee fucking kills. Speaking of, there's another Christopher Lee one with the Satanic Rites of Dracula. Cheap DVD fucking... I don't know what the fuck the company is, Alpha Video, but I have another version of this. So as you see here, there's all these other DVDs on the top. Those are my like special editions or doubles that I just can't get rid of. So for this shelf, on a quick segue, we had Emmanuel and the Last of the Cannibals, Faces of Death 1. But here's my other version of the Satanic Rites of Dracula. As you can see, it comes in this weird fucking jewel case. I have a couple of these, but yeah, this is before my time. I mean, I'm born in 98, so fucking I don't remember ever seeing these in stores except for maybe the one Texas Chainsaw one I have. But yeah, really weird case. And then, of course, we also have the special edition of Day of the Dead, the Dawn of the Dead Ultimate Edition, and which comes with, by the way, 3 versions of that movie, but also the what I like to call the John Russo cut of Night of the Living Dead. But yeah, that's the shit that was up there. Finishing out the shelf before I get carried away, obviously we have one of the only lesbian vampire movies I could track down, and that is from the Hammer collection from Anchor Bay, and that's Lust for a Vampire. Pretty cheesy but really fun. This is like when the Hammer movies start getting a little bit more nasty in the 70s, but yeah, good shit. And closing out shelf 1, we have Twins of Evil, which I copped off Amazon for a cool $20. Really fucking good movie. This one's like a vampire witchcraft movie. Really fucking sick. Highly recommend Twins of Evil if you're a fan of like vampire movies or Witchfinder general type movies. Really good shit. But yeah, that pretty much closes out shelf 1. And in the next one, which might come today or later, we're going to touch on shelf 2, which is more Hammer shit and satanic shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.